Bismillah Rahman Rahim viewers. You are watching Diplomatic and Current Affairs with Dr. Munawar Hussain. With us today is Dr. Mubeenshah. He is a known Kashmiri leader and a successful businessman. Currently, he is living in Turkey. So we want to know his own take on the current statement given by Cyrus Sajjad Qazi, who is the Secretary of Pakistan's Foreign Office. And according to the statement, he said two Pakistanis were killed, Shahid Latif and Mohammad Riaz, on 11 October 2023 and on September 8, 2023. And these were killed by the Pakistanis, but they were the agents of the Ra, and two Ra handlers. They were operating this operation from UAE, and their names are also given in the statement: Yugender Kumar and Ashok Kumar. So first time we captured the network of Kalbhushan Yadav, and he was running this network from Iran. And nowadays, another network which is exposed by the Pakistani intelligence agencies, and this network is running by another Muslim brother country, UAE. So, Shah Saab, what is your take on this development and this statement given by the Foreign Office regarding the killing of two Pakistanis, how it would impact the Kashmir movement and Kashmiris?
Sir, this is completely correct. Assalamu alaikum, first of all, let me, and to all your viewers. And number one is that it is going to be completely true, because what we have seen ourselves, I am in exile in Istanbul, Turkey. And I know that we are under surveillance of the Indian government at every point.
Even in Turkey?
Even in Turkey, yes. Because what we have seen, the Sikhs who were assassinated in, let us say, in Canada, and there was also in a thing in the United States also. So the point is that they have already, it is now a policy. It's now a policy of the Indian government that whoever it is, whether he is a person who has taken arms or who has not taken arms, whoever speaks on Kashmir, or for that matter Khalistan, they are under surveillance of the Indian state, Indian deep state. And this is we are seeing it. I am seeing it in Turkey also, in the sense that all Kashmiris who come here, some of them have, very few have met me because they know the consequences of meeting me, because I'm a dissenter of the Indian government, and I have come to know from some reliable sources that the Indian consulate here asks every Kashmiri that whether they know me, they met me, and all that, even if they are students. So this is a system of surveillance, and at the same time to put pressure on them that they should not have anything to do with activism for Kashmir. And this is basically their idea behind it. Number one. Number two is this thing that when Mr. Qazi was, before this, he was an ambassador of Pakistan to Turkey. He knows it. We have had a number of meetings with him. We have had a number of, through him, we had a meeting with the then Foreign Minister, Shah Qureshi Sahab, and where we had pointed out these problems which are going to come. And we had asked for certain measures to be done. It is not only true in Turkey, but in other countries like Malaysia and all. See, we have to make a difference that what India is contemplating and what they have done up till now. This is all when you connect the dots. This is the policy. This basically comes from the same Israeli policy or the Russian policy before. If you go back into time and see what the Israelis did to certain people who were against them, or the Russians what they did, and they had these secret KGB and all that, and the same way Israelis did it, and now India is copying the same thing, and because there is no accountability now, fortunately for us, the United States has done some case, and then we will see whether it is only arm twisting or it is coming to a conclusion. You see, so we are looking to it, so that people like us who are peacefully, doing activism for Kashmir, we anybody for that matter, whoever does activism for anything, should not be targeted like this, and we feel that now, fortunately, Pakistan is taking some steps to tell the world that what India is doing, expose India. It is very, very important for the future of the Kashmir movement that certain these instances should be brought to the full conclusion. Full conclusion. It is also that important, for example, the case of Kulbhushan Yadav, which we have not heard anything about it for a long time. That what happened to it? They went to the ICJ and that got a stay order, and that is it. They kept it in the in the cold storage. Who has done it in the cold storage? You see, this is the result. When you do not follow it fully. See, this is where important is also this thing. You have to understand this thing. If this is target killing, and it is certainly is, Kashmiris as such are deemed Pakistanis. And the part of Indian occupied Kashmir, wherever there is a targeted killing of a Kashmiri, that should also be a part of this dossier we take to the world. It should be a part of the dossier, because all those targeted killing, and maximum of them, if you see in the last, particularly after 2019, our freedom fighters, some of them have been in jail, and they have been brought out from jail and killed in these encounters, fake encounters, and that amounts to target killing in a way. So all these things have to be taken into discussions and told the world that this is what is happening. This is what is happening, and Pakistan needs to have a very, very strong case. And when on some cases, for example, FATF, they did it to Pakistan. I don't know why India is not being put all those sanctions, all those things which Pakistan went through for reasons known to the West, that they were interested at that time to put Pakistan under pressure. They are not interested into India is getting a leeway, because of the requirement of India against China. That is the only reason, no other reason as such. And
but in that case, Shah Saab, in that case, do you think that India would be helpful for the West to containing China, because Indians, they refuse to do this? And how do you see the statement given by the Chief of Army Staff, Sayyid Asim Munir, that single life of Pakistani is heavier than the life of any country like Afghanistan and India? So this is a statement that he has recently given. How do you see this statement?
No, as a Kashmiri, I welcome it, but at the same time, I have also, replied once somebody had put it up on Twitter, and I replied, does the Chief of the Army Staff consider a Kashmiri a Pakistan? If he considers Kashmiri a Pakistan, then what about us? Is the life value of our life also? If you go back, when I first met you in Karachi, in this Islamabad, and I had this, interview from Dawn, I did tell there on that, my reasoning with the Pakistani public was that what will Pakistan do if water is stopped by India? What will Pakistan do when it will attack Lahore. You know, that is what India has done to us. If we are deemed to be Pakistani, if we are considered as Pakistanis by the Pakistani state, then I should have the same reaction. I should ask the chief whether he will go to that extent, because his predecessor gave ceasefire. Because even if you go, the two articles I have read in your Tribune, and in the second article it was written about the foreign affairs, this thing. So that means the COAS is the ultimate person who decides the foreign office, the foreign policy of the state of Pakistan. And that is true, we have seen it. And the previous COAS gave ceasefire. When China was attacking on the other side, and they gave a ceasefire. You know, whoever it is a political power, I don't want to go into those details and those problems which you have at this point of time in Pakistan. This is a similar situation that in 1962, when Ayub Khan was asked to attack India, he refused because of the pressure of the Americans. Mm-hmm. Was that ceasefire given on the pressure of America, or what was the reason for it? We Kashmiris need to be answered by somebody in the Pakistan state, that what it happened, why ceasefire was offered at that point of time when China was on the other side, you know, in Galwan, you know, and India was faring a two front, and it's exactly at that time when there was in the press, in the media, everything in India particularly, that it can be a two-front war. Pakistan offered a ceasefire. So where does this statement come of the present chief? Does it signify that only Pakistanis which are within Pakistan he has to safeguard them? It is a very welcome step. It is a very welcome step. I have been of the opinion, because, you know, when you see the world affairs, why is America afraid of you know, why the world is as such, you know, respect America? Because even for one citizen, they will go to any extent. Now, I will give a simple example of why I give my example, because I have gone through all this. My son is an American citizen. You know, based on that, they fought for me, because the father of an American citizen is under problem in India, and they got me released. So this is very important. We have to understand this. And I would like the defense ministry or the ISPR. I have actually tagged the ISPR in my tweet. I can, you know, you can, you know, put it up here also in the replies, that this is what is required. It is required that there has to be a red line. There has to be a red line. And he has rightly put up the red line. There is no question, you know, but we are also deemed Pakistanis. We are supposed to be also a part of Pakistan. So then what is the value of our lives? So this is my feeling about all these statements and all. We need people in power to walk the talk.
Shah Sahib, you talked about the Indian deep state. Now Indians, they claim that they are secular democratic nation. And after 75 years now, they are converting themselves as a religious state. From the day when Pakistan was known as the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, we decided that our state would be the religious state. But why now Indians, they feel that they have to be a religious state again after 75 years?
You know, let us be very clear. Let us be very, very clear. And the people, particularly in people of Pakistan, because when I was there, I tried to tell the people of Pakistan in my small way, whatever is possible, that I have seen the whole system of India. I had the occasion even to have almost one-to-one talk with naturally me with my Secretary General when I was the President of the Chamber for one hour with Manmohan Singh. One hour, a person who is a president of a Kashmir Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to have 1 hour with the Prime Minister of India in his office is something not normal. It is not as such. But basically, it was also this thing. Then I have seen the whole system as such. Maybe not at that level which other people have seen, but naturally no Pakistani as such would have seen that system. I know for that matter, all Indian politicians are very one when it comes to Kashmir. Whether he's from Congress, whether he's from BJP, you can understand it. When 370 was removed in the parliament, did Congress vote for it, vote against it? No, they did not. As such, they did not. They may speak outside parliament and all that nonsense. We know. I recall in one meeting after the floods, Rahul Gandhi came to Kashmir, and I was taken as a past president of the ex-president of the chamber. I was taken to a meeting by the chamber itself, because there is a system by which past presidents or ex-presidents are also called for important meetings. So I was there, and after 2014, when the floods happened, the Modi government did not give any funds for betterment of, to take care of what we had suffered, because the whole city was destroyed at that point of time by the floods, and which was basically also a problem of the Indian state. They did not take necessary measures. And at the same time, Rahul Gandhi, the then president, asked Rahul Gandhi that, Mr. Modi is not coming. He replied, "Oh, Mr. Modi will not do anything." Then I told my then president, "Please let me speak now." So he allowed me to speak. I said, "Mr. Rahul Gandhi, what did you do for 10 years to Kashmir? What did you give? You have taken all our power stations. I had the occasion to meet Manmohan Singh, and our first demand was to return of all the power projects, which have been, they are minting money on our resources. Nothing happened. So what I am trying to tell you by these examples is that it is not a democracy. It was never a democracy. It was the maximum number of what do you call with the Muslims of India, let us say, maximum number of these rights have been done when, during Congress. Now BJP is taking use of that. Now they have completely subdued the Muslim population of India also. You can see that recently, just 2 days back, after this temple was inaugurated, what they did in Mumbai, Muslim businesses were finished. They were arson. So all these things are it is now ingrained into the DNA of an Indian, that this is the mix. This country has become India as such has become the most Islamophobic country in the world. It may be even higher than Israel. It may be higher than Israeli Zionists at a higher level. And this is where the present situation is. And unfortunately, the people who can matter, let us say, the UAE and Saudi Arabia, they're giving awards to Modi. They gave awards to Modi even after that 2019 thing. They gave awards to him. So what does that mean? We are encouraging them to do whatever they can do without any repercussions to them, to their economy, to their anything for that matter. So I recall, in the last, when there used, it is very, that when the previous Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, wanted to have a meeting in Malaysia with Dr. Mahathir and Mr. Erdogan, President Erdogan. And what did Saudi Arabia do? They said, "We will send all your employees back." Have they talked like that with India? Have they talked that way? In comparison, they have telling we will spend 20 billion or 30 billion or 40 billion dollars invested in India. And UAE is a country which is now investing in Kashmir also. Why are they doing all this? They think that by being friendly with India, they will change their policy. No, Israel is the same. They we should look to these both the countries in similar fashion.
Shah Sahab, the argument is given, which is very popular in Pakistan, that all nations, they have their own interest. And if UAE and Saudi Arabia is going to invest in India and in Kashmir, it is all because of their economic interest. And in real politics, we do not care about the morality and ethics and so on and so forth. So what is your take on it? And similarly, I would like to ask you that Rajiv Gandhi, he has recently given a statement that Modi is an enemy of
Rahul Gandhi.
Rahul Gandhi, sorry, yes, Rahul Gandhi. He has given a statement that Modi ji is against all cultures of India. So cultures of India, which is in fact India is an amalgam of all different cultures. The policy of Modi ji is a threat to all cultures, including the culture which is in Kashmir.
For example, I want to answer you the morality part of it. The morality part of it. Today South Africa has shown to the whole world, and in OIC countries particularly, that what is morality. Do you think they did not have economic reasons with the West? It is not a rich country. It is also dependent on a lot of things. You trade with these guys, with all these countries. So that is morality. That is a morality. You stand up for the rights of everybody, and that is why our salutes are to a country like South Africa, where they have come up, and for a Muslim country like Palestine, they have become the flag bearers and torch bearers. And we have all these Arab countries around them, and for that matter, the citadel of Islam, Pakistan also, except for talking, nothing else. Don't we Kashmiris know, and don't we everybody knows that Pakistan has Pakistan Air Force pilots, fought for Jordan at a certain point of time. Only a warning of that type would have desisted in Israel not to do this genocide which is occurring. And I recall very much that in 1990s, India had the same plan for the Shah Khas. And at that time, the warning was given to the VP Singh government that if you do something like this, Pakistan will come into power. Warning. They didn't do it. Warning. That stopped VP Singh. It would have stopped Israel also. Everybody in history will remember it. History will remember the role of Arab countries. History will remember of all the Muslim countries what has happened, and it will remember also the role of South Africa at this point of time.
Thank you very much, Shaza, for your time. I also wanted to ask you about the United States' role, and especially when America is isolating India diplomatically, though it is at the bilateral level, not at international and multilateral level. But I mean, we have a short time. So in the next show, inshallah, we would discuss this American role in Kashmir. Again, thank you very much. Where you have listened, Dr. Mubeenshah Sahab. And if you have any comment, any question, you may freely ask to us. And in the next episode, we would try to give the answer of your questions. Thank you for watching the show. Allah Hafiz.